Right guys, welcome back. It's Friday morning, it's 7 AM and today I'm going picking up the Fiesta RS 1800 from storage. I tried bringing the car back yesterday but I shit out because it cut out on me and I lost my brakes and the car was like stuttering when I was revving it. When I drove the car back from Essex it didn't miss a beat, but yesterday I just didn't feel I had the confidence to do the 35-mile trip. The fuel gauge isn't working on the car, which doesn't help me either because I don't know whether it's running out of fuel, if it's full. When I had the tank down the other week, the mechanic said that there was plenty in it. I got about halfway home last night in it and turned back and took it back to storage, but I'm on my way now. First stop though is to Screwfix to get a couple of fuel cans. So I've got my emergency fuel in case it does cut out, because I'm just going to let it run dry. So, see you in a minute. Well, Screwfix is really cheap fuel cans at £3.99. Just been in now. They've got none in green, none in black. So I've just pulled up at the local petrol station, so let's see how much more expensive they are in here. They had them in stock, £6.99 each. That's £4 more than I would have paid at Screwfix if they had them in. But I need them. I can't do anything about it. Next stop is storage, so I can pick up my tyre compressor just in case. I think the only thing I've not packed for this trip is a tent and a sled. It's a 35-mile trip. I have got confidence it's going to get home for the weekend so I can work on it, but we'll soon find out. So next stop, storage. That's storage done. I've just picked up my air compressor, get some air in them tyres before I set off. I've also picked up my inspection lamp. It's got no bulb in it, but I'll get one when I get the car back, fingers crossed. And I also picked up my peak polish. I'm going to be changing the exhaust out, putting a standard fit one on, and this thing should buff that chrome tailpipe up lovely so it glistens in the sun. So next step, over to where the car's stored, pick it up and we'll go from there. You can see I've put the amber indicators and side repeaters back on the car. Just going to show you where the fuel gauge sits. It's always at the same level. We'll see if it changes on the way home. Don't know if you can make it out there, but it's showing just over 3/4 of a tank. I've got a 35-mile journey back now, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it makes it, and hopefully that fuel gauge starts moving as well. Right. The car's out of storage, I've checked the tyre pressures, I've checked the engine oil, everything's okay. I've got a 35-mile journey now. I'm stuck at the level crossing over at Cross Hills near Skipton. Once that goes up, we'll be on the open road. As I said earlier, the fuel gauge is still showing just over 3/4 of a tank. We'll see if that gets us home, we'll see if we make it. The rain stopped now, it is miserable. I hope we don't break down. It is quite cold today and I've got shorts on like an idiot, but we'll soon find out. See you in a bit. Well, we've just done over 7 miles and the car's just cut out. It don't feel like it's cut out when you're driving it, but I could see the oil light and battery light had come on and the rev counter had gone, so I've just quickly pulled over now before I lose my brakes. But hopefully it should just start again first time. Sounds a bit rough. Revs are racing a little bit, but I think we should be alright, so let's carry on and just pray we get home in it. Right, that's 10 miles down. I'm just coming to the top of the M65 now at Cole. The car's cut out probably about 4 times now. It don't feel like it's running out of fuel, there's no stuttering or anything like that, it just goes. So, I don't know whether it's a problem, well, it most likely an electrical problem, whether it's something to do with the alarm. I don't know, but it's funny because it did it in exactly the same place it did yesterday before I had to turn around. But we're going on the motorway now, so I better concentrate. I'll see you in a bit. I don't know if you can hear that, but the car's absolutely stuttering its tits off now. I don't think it's a fuel issue, as my gauge is now saying it's a full tank try and overtake. I'm doing 50 mile an hour now on the motorway. Luckily there's a few lorries up in front and stuff, so I can just chill behind them. But I'm going to pull in after this junction now and just check everything's alright with the car. I've got my 2 cans of fuel just in case, but it is running like an absolute bag of shit. Right, I've just had to pull over, done 22 mile now, it's absolutely pissing it down. I'm just going to go and check everything's alright with the fuel tank, because I put a new breather on it and the previous owner said that the breather had caused the fuel tank to implode. So I'm just going to go and have a look now and release this cap and see what happens. Now I don't know if that's a normal noise, but there was quite a big gasp of air then when that opened. The car's stuttering like mad now. It's becoming quite undrivable. I don't know what else to do with it. I'm pretty convinced it's that breather that I fit. So when I get home later, I'm going to disconnect it, go for a drive around the block and see if that solves the problem. It didn't drive like this when I drove it back from Essex, so that's the only thing that I've changed on it. So I think that might be the problem. See you in a bit. Well, there you go. I've made it back. 38.2 miles. The car's cut out about 15 times. It always seems to be when I'm going uphill. It's stuttering sometimes on acceleration, usually when you want to overtake someone. The car's now at my parents'. I'm going to reverse it into the backyard, and then hopefully when the sun comes out later I can start doing some jobs on it. The car's made it home in one piece. A few jobs to do over the weekend. Got to get the fan belt done. I've also got to take that exhaust off, and then I'm going to try and drop the fuel tank and change the fuel sender. I'm also going to disconnect that breather that I fit the other day. I think you can just see it. I've had to cable tie it up, but apart from that, the car's made it home. Everyone's happy, and hopefully get some jobs done on it at the weekend.